Let's get straight out to Cupertino and Steve Kovac with what we can expect. Steve.
Hey there, Mike. Yeah, the event just got started. I heard Tim Cook in that building behind me, the Steve Jobs Theater. Welcome all the guests in that theater to this new iPhone event. It's just getting started. But let me tell you what to look for, what we're expecting. Obviously, as Melissa teased, is this new design, this thin version of the iPhone. The internet keeps calling it the iPhone Air. We'll see what it actually is called here in a few minutes. But this is going to be the first major redesign from Apple on the iPhone since 2020. And I've been looking at this the last couple of months. You can see how new designs actually drive growth in the iPhone better than what we saw last year, which was Apple Intelligence, which kind of failed to impress people and also failed to drive that super cycle so many of the Apple bulls thought was going to happen. In fact, sales fell in that first quarter of iPhone 16 sales, at least on a revenue basis. So there's that. And then on top of things, what else can help Apple get back to growth in iPhone is increasing the prices. So the street has been talking about this for the last few weeks, kind of doing some back-of-the-envelope math as to whether or not we'll see the first major price increase since 2020 on the iPhone. We'll want to see if the base model goes up as well as those Pro models, which people are already spending a lot more for. On top of that, of course, AirPods and a new watch also on the docket, but everyone's going to be paying attention to the iPhone, guys. We should have all those details any minute now.
It'll be an interesting trade-off, though, to watch, Steve, in terms of people who choose the iPhone Air, as it's known. They're giving up on the battery life, certainly, and as well as the camera.
Potentially, yeah. That's potentially, and we'll be listening to what they say about that. But at the same time, Melissa, you got to keep in mind they're also going to be using likely new components in this. They're not going to be using the modem from Qualcomm. They're going to be using their own modem that they used after that acquisition of Intel's modem business several years ago. That should help with power management a little bit better than using third-party technology. And that's part of the reason why we've seen Apple make these shifts to get rid of third-party technology, because they can manage things like battery life so much better. So we'll see what that looks like. But by the way, it'll probably still last a full day. So I doubt Apple's going to sell you a phone that just lasts a couple hours, Mel.
Well, and Steve, is there a consensus that has come together about what we might see on pricing?
No, not at all. And here's one thing you should be looking out for, Mike. They do these kind of what I call sneaky price increases, where they'll take the storage, however many gigabytes of storage you get, they'll increase that on the base model and increase the price. They make it kind of seem like you're getting a value out of that when really the margins on their storage chips are really high. So that's one way they can do it. Another thing that people come to the consensus on, you won't hear the word tariff mentioned at this event today, even though that is likely going to play a factor into any price increase we see.